What's up, guys? I'm just your average racer, and welcome to the Average Racer YouTube channel. Behind me is a 1999 Mazda Miata, of which right now has no engine in it. Now let me explain to you why. Well, the reason why this Miata has no engine in it right now is because, long story short, I blew it up. Now, the more convoluted story is when I was doing a timing belt, I was redoing all of the hoses, you know, the coolant hoses in the engine. And the rear one, I guess I had forgot to put a spring clamp back on the hose. So as I'm driving down the highway, going back from work, you know, I'm pretty tired at this point, randomly on the highway, as I'm about to come to my exit, it pops off, and all of my coolant gets shoved out the back of the engine. And therefore, with no coolant, your engine overheats. So I didn't notice this happening somehow. And my car overheats. And I noticed this because when I went to downshift, I blipped the gas and it didn't do anything. And I was like, that's probably not good. So then I pushed in the clutch and turned off the car, and I was like, okay. So I coasted to the side, and basically when I opened my hood, it was very hot. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's definitely not good. And I realized that my radiator was cold. So I was like, that's not what you want to see. So then, you know, after that, it was overheated. I called AAA. AAA hooked me up. I got it back to my house. And then I'm like, okay, I need to do a compression test first. I did the compression test. I had low compression in the two middle cylinders. And then I was like, okay, I gotta, you know, take the head off and at least do a head gasket, at most get my head shimmed. I take the head off. I look in the cylinders. I'm like, it definitely scored up the cylinder walls. I think my block took the L, boys. We got a pretty bad scratch here. This just went from a cylinder head resurface to a pulling the block and honing it. So, from that point on, I took out the engine and decided to do a complete rebuild on the car. I'm talking forged rods, forged pistons, oil pump, flywheel, all the goodies. So when I get a turbo kit, I can make all the boost and all the power. So right now, the engine that was in this car is at a machine shop, like 2 hours from me. It was the only one that I could find that actually knew what they were doing on imports like Miatas. I'm having them do the short block for me with the forged rods and forged pistons because they gave me, honestly, a pretty good deal. And for what it would have cost me to get all the tools and measuring equipment and such to do it myself, it was actually almost cheaper and more reassuring if they did the short block for me. And I'm having them rebuild my head with new valve springs as well. And when that all comes back, I'm going to put it all together, put it in the car, and that'll be the power plant for what this is now, the Ultra Street NB. I'm going to call this project the Ultra Street NB project. And I'm going to be doing tons of stuff to this car. So I'm talking the forged engine, new transmission eventually after the 5-speed blows up, maybe. New diff. I already have the diff that I bought for a crazy deal for the torsion that I got. Definitely a paint correction for sure. Maybe a wrap. I'm talking new soft top. I'm talking speakers, new head unit, new bushings, 100% new bushings. Just getting the car to where it's the perfect daily driver, you know, new engine mounts, new diff mounts, all sorts of stuff, and trying to keep it reasonable with vibrations and daily drivability, but also having a dependable, powerful, boosted NB Miata that's just a blast to drive and you know, everything that I've ever dreamed of. So I'm putting a lot of effort into this. Follow me along. The Ultra Street NB journey is going to be fantastic. So definitely keep up with the channel, subscribe. There's going to be a lot of cool content. One of my next videos that I'm making is a full breakdown of my engine build and what went into my thought process in making a Street NB engine, you know, BP4W rebuild. And the next stuff that I'm doing on this car is going to be dropping the transmission, which I have yet to take out of the car, and putting new seals and getting the transmission 100% up to par for when the new engine comes in. So anyway, again, subscribe, it's gonna be great. I'm the Average Racer, and this is the Average Racer YouTube channel, and I'm just your average racer, and no, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here. Everyone's already done this, but you know, I might as well do it again. But also document it well, and have a lot of fun doing it. So, see you guys in another video, subscribe, like, comment on any questions or anything that you think I'm doing wrong, or any specs that you think that, you know, you would do, or how your NB Miata is going, or NA, or whatever you want to comment about. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.